folks. Oh, I better stop the music. It's Saturday evening. I'm going to see if I can talk to you for a minute. I went ahead and did record store day. I didn't stand in line originally, although when I went, did a second round because I thought twice about something and really missed out by as a result, you know. But Saturday the 29th, and I've been playing records. This is not record store day. I was just playing some Jade Warrior, Way of the Sun. Been getting into them lately. It's a very strange band, you know. A band of contrast, you know. They go from being ambient to jamming, like almost like Santana, but not. I mean, it's their own thing. It's this interesting kind of almost ethnic blend. Good album, Way of the Sun. I'm going to go ahead and just tell you about all these records until I'm done and let this video go ahead and upload. A whole lot of activity online in the record collecting groups on Facebook. Yeah, I got a buzz, so don't be giving me no mess, you know. It's the way to be on a Saturday night, you know. Let me try to focus, okay. So I've been out shopping the last couple of days, and yesterday I don't know how I had missed it at Homer's, but it was marked down. Betty Davis, her Nasty Gal album. This is the reissue on Light in the Attic. I have her album, They Say I'm Different. I have an original of that. Betty Mabry Davis was married to Miles Davis for a while. I believe she introduced him to Jimi Hendrix. She was doing Prince before Prince. I mean, she really is badass. And this is good. And it's all about the nasty grooves. So good, so good. It's got a sly thing going on, but it's even nastier, you know. It's just really good. Great title for it, Nasty Gal. And yet at the same time, she didn't come off like a hoe, you know what I'm saying? Strong, like, don't mess with this bitch, you know, with respect. I just have to mention again, there's only a couple places where Peter Hamill's guitar playing is, you know, it's like a bit rusty, and it's like, but otherwise, I've been playing this. It's like, wow, this is really, I really love Van de Graaff Generator. I have a whole section. I thought, you know, show it, but it's like, I don't want this thing to be an hour long. But I have most of their albums because I just love the band. I do. Today, out at Recycled Sounds, one of the good record stores in Omaha. I don't know if Stuart, well, he doesn't have time. He's running his store. But besides record store, he had set aside some records, used records. He had bought what he called an industrial. And it was basically an industrial collection. And he set those aside to put out on record store day. I got some. I only bought this from it. Neon Judgement, Horny as Hell. Belgian band. Love them. This is one of their albums that I had a single from it for forever, Hot Sally. Interesting inner sleeve there. And the music, I don't know, when I'm in the mood, this one is kind of like, at times it's got that edge. So I can see where this can be included in the industrial, because there is an edginess to some of the tracks where it's kind of like uncomfortable. You know, it's like, oh, what are they up to here? You know, but that one, I got that today. I grabbed this. This was not record store day. It was like in the markdown records from previous record store days. And it's a Bowie, but it's not an authorized pressing, but this was marked way down, so I went ahead and grabbed it. Bowie, the 80s soundtracks, and it's cool. It's got these remixes. This is not America extended. Long version of Cat People and When the Wind Blows, and I had been eyeing it when I'd go down there, and they had marked it down even more, so it was under $20 finally, whereas it was originally over 30. So I went ahead and grabbed that. I don't think I've shown this. This is a new album that I've been waiting for them to get in for me, and they finally called and said it came in. Jaga Jazzist, Pyramid, brand new album. European band, again, pardon me. I do forget where people are from, so folks who are from Sweden and stuff, thank you for letting the record be straight about where bands are from. This is wonderful. I've been following them from their beginning and have most of their stuff CD or LP. And they just continue to... the sound is mature. I think that's really the good way to put it. It just keeps growing. And this is, I guess, a limited edition. I haven't folded it out yet, but it's, as you see, die cut. And this aluminum thing is actually a pyramid that you can put together. And I haven't bent the corners of it or anything, because I just want to at this time just keep it just keep it as it is. And then also it didn't say on the outside, but it's clear vinyl. It didn't say that on the outside, so I didn't know if mine would be clear vinyl. But this is some divine, wonderful music. It's interesting how for a time they tried to shorten their name to just Jaga, and they went back to Jaga Jazzist, and I think that's appropriate. That's where it started, and they have a cool, unique sound. I really like this band. Pyramid is this new one. I highly recommend it, and just let me put it away. This new stuff. I've gotten through this all the way once, but it was like immediately satisfying. Instrumental. Oh. Lush. So speaking of Jade Warrior, I gotta just say that this is an album of theirs that I've been needing to add to my collection for a while. And I went to Vinyl Cup, but they weren't doing anything record store day wise in Omaha. But they had their opening yesterday. But I went down there and this is the one thing I bought from them, a very nice American copy of Jade Warrior's Released. This is one of the early albums that I had been needing. And this is in really nice shape, just in wonderful shape. Now, I was looking online to see anywhere mention of the fact that this record comes with a poster. So, actually, I'm going to look this up because it looks like this poster might not be related. I don't think it's related to this release, but it's stuck inside of here. I see there's I just noticed on the poster there's a number, an album number. So I'm going to find that out. But anyway, Jade Warrior, again, another addition to my collection. I have most of their albums now. I think I'm missing maybe one. Good band. And this wasn't too pricey. I won't say what it was, but it wasn't cheap necessarily either. This was way marked down. This is from a previous record store. Well, this actually is old. It's probably not Record Store Day. Junior Boys, electronic band. I happened to see them years ago. They were opening up for Rat-a-Tat. That's what I'd gone to see. And it was Junior Boys and Rat-a-Tat. And I was really impressed by these guys. They were doing somewhere in between. You could hear the Prince influence, but also the YMO, the Japanese electronic influence. Big Black Coat. This album is from 2016. I've just gotten through a bit of one side, and I'm glad I bought this. It was marked down, which I love, but I'm liking this. I have one of their other albums, which I bought at the show. Hung out with them afterwards because I was impressed and wanted to let them know. And we got to talking about Yellow Magic Orchestra, and sure enough, they were saying, yeah, absolutely, man. Yeah, we love them. Went ahead and grabbed this. The price was right. This was at a good price where it's like meant to sell. It's a one-sided 12-inch single by Nick Mason's Saucerful of Secrets, Pink Floyd's drummer. He did that tour doing their early stuff. Live at the Roundhouse. So it's these two songs. And it's nice and collectible, and they're old guys like me, but they have the, it's like we're old, but we're not dead, as you see in my video of my recent performance. I've got plenty of energy, and this is a lovely etching. Let's get it right side up. There we go. Nick Mason's Saucerful of Secrets. And I'm indulging myself right now. Yes, and I thought about that as I thought about how much I was spending today, and I thought to myself, I come from a background of everything, always skimping and scraping by, and so whenever I'd spend money, I'd always go to this head trip, and so it's really something to just keep telling myself I can buy these records, and I'm at this point in my life where it's like, I'm not getting any younger, and what's one of the main things I do, thank goodness I still enjoy this, this hobby, this life focus of music and stuff associated with it. So I'm having fun with this, and just gave myself permission, So another Record Store Day purchase, Silver Apples, their third unreleased but finally released many years ago, and this is another reissue of it, a brand new reissue of it, The Garden double album. Excuse me. I have their two original albums, collectible. They're very collectible. I have them. They're just right over here. Do I see them? Yes. I'll bother to show these since they're right here. And interestingly, this is an original, but it's my third copy of an original. I had one as a teen that I got as a cutout and somehow messed up. Then I ended up with a import copy, a Dutch pressing, and I really don't know why I don't have that anymore. And then I got lucky and found this, including the insert. And then this is an original, their second album, Contact. Yeah. And this has the on the first two albums, there's a little bit of country, and on here there's a whole lot of, it's really a strange country. So very interesting band. Here's one of the records that I originally didn't think I was interested in and went back for. And when I went, so the thing that I went back for after going to the second store, I went to Recycle first, then I went to Homer's. because I knew that Homer's would have a line for a while. And I saw the Sunrod recycled and didn't get it. And then I saw it again down at Homer's, but then I ran into Brad, who used to have Almost Music, talked to him, and he grabbed it right away. And so I got to thinking, the 5 record box set. So anyway, after I shopped at Homer's, I went home and got to thinking, well, I got to find out, So I went back out to Recycled, and dang it, someone had gotten it. And I thought to myself, well, if that's gone, at least I can get a Roxy music, because I had passed on it on my first visit, because I was not at first aware that it was a remix by Steven Wilson. And in between visits doing stuff, I learned that. And I said, oh, okay. But they were out of it at Recycled, as well as the Sunrod. And so I said, whoa. So when I went down to Homer's a second time, and on the second round of Homer's, I grabbed this. I have a German pressing of the original mix of Roxy Music. I have all their albums. And I love this band. And I've loved them since the beginning. Discovered them in high school, when I was still in high school. It was the cover. It was like, well, I just got to hear this. And then it was so different, and it's like, that's what I'm after, It was like, yeah. Got to see Roxy Music on the Manifesto tour. And the lovely pressing on clear vinyl. The Steven Wilson mix of this is impressive and noticeable. It is even the beginning noises. You hear the beginning of the noises like I've never heard. It's not that clear. It's well worth it, okay? If you follow me on Facebook, you'll see this interaction between myself and another friend, Dean Lundberg. And he was asking about Bowie. I made a comment about that. And then on my second round, going down to Homer's, who do I run into but Dean? And sure enough, actually, I didn't recognize him at first because we're both masked up. And it's Dean, who's in the RSD section, got this in his hands and is putting it back. And I just come up to him and say, I'll take that. And then he recognized me, and then I said, oh, it's Dean. And then I, and he said, yeah, I came to get that Bowie. And I says, oh, well, Steven Wilson remix. And he said, oh, really? So he grabbed one too. Fun. Okay. On my first round down to Homer's, because they were out of this, I was hoping to get the Bowies, but I only ended up with one. They had this, they were out of the other live thing. Changes Now. This has been fooling people, and I thought the same at first until when I turned it over and I see that this was recorded in '96, okay? It's not a reissue of old hits. I get it home, and this is wonderful. It's semi-acoustic versions with this band, and it's really good. I dare say this is probably the better for my taste, because I wasn't particularly into the White Soul era of Bowie, which is what the other thing is. But I still would like to have it for the collection. Excuse me. Bowie. And the other thing I got on the first round down at Homer's was the Pale Saints, Mrs. Dolphin, finally, on vinyl. Now I had this, it was a Japanese only CD where a couple of their early CD singles, which I still have, were compiled on here, plus some unreleased tracks. And this wasn't cheap, but I had to get this. And real nice, real nice. I think this band is underrated, and it's just what I like. And it's a beautiful green marble vinyl. Beautiful. Very nice cut. Very nice cut. I had fun on all of my trips. You know, with the mask, I had a hard time at first recognizing a lot of people, but I got recognized a lot. A used record I got at Homer's yesterday. Finally, I have on some vinyl, some Thundercat. I had been thinking about his new album, but you know, it's still $40 here in Omaha. I don't want to pay that for his new album. So I got this used, The Beyond and Where the Giants Roam, and this is, I've heard these songs a lot through videos, etc. But nice red vinyl. Didn't even know that when I bought it because I didn't open it, you know. But I got it used. He's been to Omaha several times. I've missed him every time for one reason or another. I've been more interested in meeting him, you know. But he is quite talented and quite the bass player. He has quite the technique. Now this is out because I was playing it. This is not record store day. It's just out of my collection. Classic, fantastic Italian band. Arti and Mestieri. Giro di Valzer per Domani. This is definitely somewhere between fusion and prog rock. Furio Tirico on the drums. He's played in other bands, The Trip. He's done stuff I don't even know about. This is my favorite by them. I've got a couple other of their albums. Tilt I don't have on vinyl. I still want to get that. But I was playing that, okay? And that's what I got from Record Store Day. Oh, but I did get these. Okay, I'll go ahead and show these. When I got that Van der Graaf generator, I ordered this as well. Three Friends, the remaster, 2020 remaster. I have an American, which has the same cover as Gentle Giant's debut album. I'd never had a copy with this original UK cover, so I got it. But besides that, once I got their first album remaster, it's really good. So I said, I'm going to grab this one. It is good. Another couple used I got, and that'll be it. And I'll spare you any claptrap about anything else because it's pointless right now. Aphex Twin, Come to Daddy, some remixes. What I'm mostly interested in are the B-sides, Flim and Bucephalus Bouncing Ball. Come to Daddy is like, you know, it's a kind of, I would call it a bit of a one-trick pony. It's like, whoa, okay, I've experienced that. Okay, but I got that used. And I got this used, but it was sealed. And the price was really good on it. Early Beatles. This is like, you know, been repressed a million times, so who knows when this was repressed. No big deal to me. But it's brand new. And I love the early Beatles. B-side of this album is just the best, you know. From Please Please Me to Do You Want to Know a Secret? So that's my haul. And that's 23 minutes. Not bad. I made it under half an hour. I did tell myself that I'm going to maybe do some trawling through what I know of what's the VC, and when I see where people do where I see people are doing record store day videos, so I think I'll stick to that and see what you folks bought. That's kind of where I'm at. My performance, it's online. I left links for people who asked for it in my other video, but I will remember the list may not be right away, but I will leave a list of what I've shown, but I'll also leave a link where you can watch my performance earlier this week, Low End on the Bricks. You know, I've watched it now, and it's like, that's me. And actually, I'm pretty proud, actually. I'm pretty happy. Maybe that's better, the word. It's like, it's authentic. There I am. That's me. You know what I'm saying? I have nothing to be ashamed of. And yeah, I could, give me a Glastonbury. I could rock some, even though I wouldn't be known. But do I feel like I could work a crowd that size? I know it.